Hello, hello, hey, hey, this is OkayOkayOkOk, and I am coloring Major Recall today. I got a little interruption, so I've paused the live stream and I'm restarting it now. This is part two. We didn't get too far. We just, pretty much colored this one girl right here, Nikki Heinzen, and she is our main character in Major Recall. This is Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16, and uh, this is actually celebrating 10 years of this comic book series. And if you are excited about this comic book series, then get excited for a physical product coming this Christmas. So, in preparation for the holiday season, I'm going to get a volume of Tales from the Crypt Keeper comics all printed up, and I will try to have those available for purchase by Christmas time. So if you're looking for something fun to buy around Christmas, I think you might enjoy this if you're a fan. I've been really itching to do one of my comics in an actual physical product, and they've definitely gotten to the quality where they're going to look right on a printed page. So yeah, that will be coming this Christmas. And I am actually going to pull up the website, or not the website. This is my Subscribe Star. I don't know if you've ever heard about my Subscribe Star. It used to be Patreon. Now we're on Subscribe Star. This is OkayOkayOkOk's Subscribe Star. And I am getting over here to pull up the live chat. Let's get a live chat bar over here. I gotta mute that. There we go. There, top chat. All right. So if you have any chat, just chat in the box below, and I will respond to that. This is Major Recall. It's going to be available this coming Sunday, September 1st. Okay, so I'm having a hard time getting that smaller. Okay, yeah, this is taking place in either a school or a college. She's graduating, and this is like a private institution for learning. We're gonna do the bleachers here in a second, but first let's do all the people's skin color. Let's see here. We'll just kind of blaze through all these skin tones. The only one who's got different skin tones so far is Nikki, and once they're all together in a group shot, then the skin tones kind of change up. But we're just doing very basic, kind of blocky shading right here. I'll just kind of make this whole thing. There we go. Probably not going to be doing too much more. Let's go ahead and do all their uniforms. I was hoping that by designing their uniforms with a stripe, like this red stripe, that I could pretty much just do the stripe in a dark color, and then that's gonna be all there will be for their uniform. So it would be, I don't know what's going on here. This is, oh, that's the rough ink. Okay, so it was not coming through like it was supposed to. So now it should be. Felt like I was having to press too hard. All right, so we're gonna give them some red cuffs and some red stripes, that kind of thing. Well, let's keep it professional here. Keep it classy. Okay. That should be peach colored. Peach. That should be skin tone. Let's get her. Cuffs. Oh man, that's not helping. But yeah, all right. I think she's pretty much done. Let's get a stripe there. let's get a stripe going around here and her. Okay, we're gonna keep the guys' outfits really simple. They'll be, I need to take off contiguous. I want, yeah. We'll just keep him as, I should probably just do a multiply layer and do everything all at once, like the movie. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Is that the name of the movie? That is a really good movie. All right, so let's see. And our light-haired character did make it into the comic. The vote between her hair being dark or white, you know, ended up going to the dark hair, but the dark hair did make it into the comic. She is the side character, I guess, the supporting actress. Okay, so I don't like this color blonde hair right here. This should we do red? Get a red haired girl, like a ginger color. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. We do need to change her hair right here. Now we have a very wide selection, wide variety of hair colors and skin tones. We've got a diverse cast. Of supporting characters. All the movies nowadays or shows seem to be selecting one white woman and one black male as the white woman being the main actress and the black male being the supporting actor. That seems to be a pretty what do you call that? A strong pairing, popular with the Hollywood crowd, I guess, right now. Whoa, what did I just do? I pressed Control Shift something. Didn't know that was a thing. All right. Something about that doesn't quite look right. So let's just do that. There. Now that's better. All right. And it kind of looks flat since we colored hers. I think we're gonna have to color her, friends over here. She's supposed to be like a goody two shoes kind of character, but yeah, there she is. And it was kind of looking wrong without her getting some shading. So you get some shading, you get some shading, you get some shading too. There you go. All right. I think we'll keep it to just dark shading, and we won't give her any highlights. We don't want her to pop too much. If you watch my videos, I like to talk about popping, and if I was teaching art, I would be like, it's all about the art of popping and hiding. popping out of the bushes and hiding in the bushes. Okay, so here we go. As told by the creeper art teacher. All right, so here we go. We've got her outfits. Why don't we just go ahead and just finish this panel up? Let's go with the backgrounds. I usually wait until I've I usually like color all the characters first and then come in and do all the backgrounds after I finish all the characters. So this is not what I usually do, but let's get a kind of like a paper color. And let's do like a 3 and just do some quick lines. You will notice in this comic I've utilized some new brushes. You'll kind of be seeing some interesting different kinds of brushwork on these panels. Like if you look at the bleachers, you can tell a different type of brush was used on the bleachers. And I was trying to add some variety and add some kind of interest visually to the process of the creation of the comic. So I'm hoping it looks good and adds the new element of kind of like, I guess, fun to the story. I've kind of been studying some vintage comics and vintage comic covers, and I did a, let's see, what would I call it? I did some variant covers for the Crypt Keeper and posted it over on Subscribestar. Oh yeah, I posted them on DA too. They're on DA as well. I was kind of inspired by some vintage comics to try some things, and I would still love to do some more because they seem a little bit inspired by the old ones, more so in the sense that they're the type, I guess the lettering and that kind of thing looks inspired by vintage comics, but the actual subject matter and the drawing doesn't seem too vintage. It's more like still looks a lot like my style and hasn't really veered off that look too much. But I think it would be really fun to just try to emulate a vintage style. And I know back when I was doing paintings, like actual oil paintings, we had some exercises where you find like 5 different artists from art history and emulate their style, try to draw something in their style, and have it be so obvious that you don't have to tell somebody what artist you are emulating, or is that the word you're looking at and inspired by, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that was a fun exercise. That's one I definitely remember having fun with. Definitely remember doing Van Gogh. It's a very distinct style. Who else did I do? Picasso, and it's the more subtle ones that are ones I'm having a hard time remembering. Gauguin, Paul Gauguin. I remember doing one for him, but yeah, I think I might have done Salvador Dali, maybe. But yeah, that was a while ago. But it's really fun to push yourself to try to draw in a different way, because it's style just naturally happens, and it's not something that you can really force, I guess, easily. It takes practice and a lot of time to just like internalize it. So, and just to do it normally. All right, so we're getting into the classroom wall. I'm wondering what the classroom wall looks like, and I've got these new brushes that I was talking about, and I know I would like to try some of this like vertical line light. Let's try doing like a this is like a tile maybe. So let's see what this looks like real quick. So, I mean, yeah, it's nice. I might need to come in with a multiply layer, definitely, because it feels very underwhelming, I guess you could say, right now. So let's put some extra feeling to it. So if it was going to be, I don't know, this doesn't look like tile at all. So we're not achieving that effect, that's for sure. But it kind of just looks like old and rundown school. Let's say this is a period piece from. No, it can't be a period piece. It has to be a futuristic piece. Whoops. Oh well. There we go. We'll just say it has some interesting texture to it. But there we are. We've got that background. Now we're moving to the next one. Let's see. Now we can't do the same thing. We can't have it blend in too closely to that back one. What are we going to do here? How about we just go with a something like bright green. We want it to have a little bit extra color pop. We don't want it to be that muted green. We want to add some color. And I'm going to go with the smoke detail brush. And I have deselected that little tiny panel, the little pop-out panel. And we are just going with that one. I'm going to kind of brighten up with the yellow now. And we'll just kind of keep this background really simple, just so our character is remains in focus, and we don't want to clutter up the image, the panel or the page too much. Let's see here. Let's get multiply. It feels like the flow is really, the flow is really low. The flow is 10%. That's why it's not really picking up what I'm putting down. You dig? So there we are. Now we've got some shadow. Let's do like almost like a black shadow. Should we do black? Let's do dark red, and we'll get a large brush here, but she'll be up against the wall. She'll be a wallflower. There we go. Let's imagine the light is pretty strong back here, or the shadow is pretty heavy. She's up against the wall. All right, so let's get this chair back. Uh-oh, that's not right. Something happened. Let's go to the flat. There we are. Now, let's go with so I'm trying to remember what these chairs that I'm trying to draw look like. I think they're very like golden, so I think I was going too dark right there. So let's go there and give a little bit of a shadow. We want the shadow to go into the divot and then come out. Let's go even darker. There we are. And we'll go dark right here. And gotta do her chair now. There we are. I feel like we should do a tiny highlight. tiny. There. Now, we're probably putting too much time and effort into this, but this is the first panel of Major Recall, so we do want to, like I said, make a good first impression. You only get one chance to make a first impression. I guess right now, this is the first impression we're making, right? Okay, there we go. So maybe we'll get 2 first impressions. We'll cheat. So here we are. This is the first panel all finished up. Let's see. I think that's how I'm gonna just leave it. I don't think we need to do any more to that. Okay, now for the gem, the bleachers. First of all, we're gonna do the shadow of the background. That sounds like Third Eye Blind. Are those actual lyrics to a song? Shadow of the background. I think in God of Wine, that song. God of Wine comes crashing through. I said, no. What? How does that song go? God of wine comes crashing through your bedroom. I can see you. I feel like I need to listen to that song now. Oh well. After this is done, you know what I'm doing. I've got a date with Third Eye Blind, God of Wine. Okay, so we've got the shadows. Let's go with the large. Well, a little too large. Bigger is not always better. So let's tie a little of that green into this. I'm gonna throw a little bit of that green in there, just so it kind of carries over naturally from that first panel over here. We're not gonna make it too obvious. We don't want it popping out. We want it hiding in the bushes. Yeah, there. So now for let's go with like an orangey yellow. Go with khaki kind of color. So let's say that this is in the shadow and then that is not. Okay, there we are. I think that's enough. That's enough for that. So let's keep going fast. We've got a deadline to meet. The deadline is Sunday, so look for this comic to be available for purchase and download Sunday. Nikki Heinsohn will be getting work done until then. So I've got this Bleacher reference image down here, and I pulled that up because I was trying to do these wooden bleachers, and even though I did not include like a walking up section, I forgot to do that. You know, it's I guess there's no bars at the end to keep anyone from falling off. I guess they've removed the bars because they're up against the wall. I guess you don't need them. Probably getting too into my head about what has to be drawn, getting too much into the details. But here we go. I guess this kind of has a little bit of the Faculty vibes to it, maybe. Let's see. All right, now for the bleachers. We're going to do this wood texture, and I was talking about that in the first part. I believe this color seemed a little bit too strong earlier, so I'm going to come a little bit. I'm going to come off of it a little bit. There we go. Let's just kind of blend this, and we'll come in the multiply layer. We'll give it a little bit of a texture by just kind of dabbing, dab. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be like that. That's not supposed to be the Bleacher color. Okay, that's a little bit of a mistake on the flat coloring, so we'll have to fix that. And let's get shadows underneath these guys to help make them feel more real. You're a real boy. A real girl. All right, Pinocchio. Oh no, that was not the eraser I was doing. I thought I'd selected the eraser. I wonder what happened. Okay. let's try to do like a oh, I guess we probably should put his shadow up there. That would be cool. I'm probably getting too detailed. Let's not get too let's do it. I'm feeling like it. I love shadows. I live for shadows. I live in the shadows. All right, here we go. Give him a shadow back here. Okay, and she would have her shadow back here too. All right, now we've got kind of this like, definitely looks like there's light in this room. And I don't think I'm going to do the wood grain on this top one. We'll do the wood grain in the next one where it's a little bit less zoom, it's more zoomed in. I think the wood grain would make it a little too distracting up here. So let's go to the floor. Get yourself on the dance floor. Here we go. Yellow. Yep. All right. And let's just get rid of that reference picture real quick. All right. So this is where I'm going to use a brush to kind of simulate some wood texture, I guess. Let's see. Let's go there. There we go. Now let's do. I'm not sure if this is gonna end up looking right. I don't think it is. All right, that plan crashed and burned. So let's just do like a multiply on that, and let's go with the actual gradient. There we go. I think that's got that. Let's, help make this doorway look like an actual doorway into another section of the school. That doesn't quite... Well, I wonder if that's not actually... That would be like the recessed area in the doorway. That's not actually looking out into the other room. So let's go kind of like dark black. There we go. There we go. That's much better. So let's not do such a different color though. I don't think I like that. It's a little bit harsh of a change. Let's go with... Okay, so now it's kind of like a hodgepodge of colors, a little bit more. Actually, that's not too much of a change. All right, well, we'll be done with it anyways. You can see here in the foreground we have the podium. I'm thinking we need the podium to stand out a little bit. Maybe we do like a gold color. Maybe it's a golden podium. Oh my gosh. Gold podium. Can you imagine a podium made of pure gold? Okay. All right, now the podium is kind of popping a little bit. We just want it sticking its head out. Just so you get kind of curious about what it's doing there. Okay, and now we have the podium making its debut. Okay, so podium, and I guess it can't be a golden podium. It sounds like Golden Emporium. Is that a place? I feel like I've heard that before. The Emporium. What to do now? Let's work on the bleachers. Let's just get that out of the way. I think I'm only going to give wood texture to like the first I don't know, like layer or first row or two. And you know, the problem is, I think the stair step effect starts to get lost back here, and pretty much you're not really, I don't know that I got the perspective right on that, so this might be calling attention to that if I'm doing this kind of stair step look. So let's do this instead. There we go. Luckily there's some people blocking that, so eek. Whoops. Okay, let's just kind of keep this like, it's almost like a gold bleacher. So we won't have a gold podium, but we'll have a gold bleacher. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. There we have it. Okay. We're not trying to make this perfect, I guess. So I think I'll go ahead and do a multiply for this too. You know what? Let's do this. Make that easy. Oh, oops. I'm going to use the stamp tool real quick, and that'll make my job pretty easy right there. Oh man. There we go. Yep, that was easy. So what I'm doing is I'm using this pattern pretty much that I've made as a stamp, and just kind of drawing it on the other portion instead of having to redraw it. So that's nice. You can real quickly make a pattern like that. Okay. That's what that tool is for, saving you time. Okay, so now we have the bleachers done. Now I want to do the multiply like we have up there in the shadow. I'm talking a lot about the process of drawing today. I'm not really talking about random life events and that kind of thing. I took an opioid earlier, so that might be why. Making sure I can stay focused enough on what I'm saying, so I don't start sounding crazy. All right, there we go. It's a prescription opioid, yeah, so that makes it better. All right, there we go. Oh, just have some shadow back there, right? Oh my gosh. I just saw what I drew there. Okay. So the bleachers are done. Yeah. Now let's do the ceiling, I guess you call it. We're gonna grab it's called the, what is it? I like to refer to them as numbers because that's how I've kind of memorized them. The 1000 brush is 1000. That's not a song, is it? Now we're going to try to pull a little bit of the green in down here. Not so much that you immediately know what's going on, but just like you're in a little bit of a daze and you're like, hey, I'm not going to say anything and look stupid, but I kind of feel like I noticed something going on over there. Okay. Dark. Let's go with the harsh brush. Harsh. All right. Marsha. There we go. Now let's go ahead and put the background behind his head in shadow, so his head kind of pops out. Once again, we are poppin'. There we go. And I'll just kind of extra darken this doorway. I don't want to make it bright because that would probably draw too much attention away from his face. And let's go with like a white floor maybe. How about that? How about that? I still need to watch Wolverine and Deadpool. I really wanted to watch that, but at the same time I didn't want to support Disney. But I don't know what to do. I want to watch that movie. I've seen all the Gambit stuff. Gambit's like one of my... I think I like Gambit more than Wolverine. For some just like... you know, I don't... No reason at all. Just... I like Gambit. I always thought he looked cool. I don't know him too well, but I really like that he was in this. So I've watched all the little clips of people recording the movie theaters of Channing Tatum, which I'm excited to see that movie just for Gambit. You don't really usually you don't go to a Deadpool Wolverine movie to see Gambit, but that's where we are in the world today. We can fly to the moon, land in person on the moon, but we can't make a movie about Gambit. All right. So I'm thinking of, we'll do like a greenish background here, but let's change it. Let's modify. I've modified him. So we'll go with a greenish. There we go. Let's go with even more bluish modification. And now we're gonna go kind of light and take that color away a little bit. This is very complementary, as in opposite of the golden orange of the bleachers. So we are doing a sharp contrast here. This is going to provide an interesting color scheme of the school, of where it's kind of like, I like that. Okay. So let's also, before we deselect, let's click on the multiply layer. Let's get a little bit of, let's say of a bluish purple. Very, very subtle. Let's go with just a little bit. There we are. Now let's just, I feel like doing the principal guy, or the dean, whoever he is. I feel like doing him. I mean, no, I feel like coloring him. Let's say that. Yeah. So let's color him, and he's gonna be pretty easy to color. I don't do too many profile colorings, so I don't have a whole lot of practice doing the coloring on the side of profile face, but I think I can do it without looking at any references. Alright, so we probably need a little bit of a lip color here. That looks like he's wearing lipstick. So let's not do it so strong, but actually that's not bad. Alright. What have I been watching? So we have Paramount Plus right now. Paramount Plus with Showtime, and it's like, oh, thanks for Showtime. I'll watch nothing on it. So like, I don't know why anybody would sign up for Showtime. It's not good. They put out Dexter. Dexter was good up until a point, but that's the only thing I can easily say from Showtime that was like, oh yeah, that's a Showtime. Yeah. Whereas like, what else has Showtime done that's been good? I don't know. But what do we have? We watched Copycat. I've listened to Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. Definitely amazing. I'm so glad they had that. There was Will Ferrell and is it Luke Wilson? Yeah, Luke Wilson, which he definitely fell off the map. I haven't seen him in anything. Luke Wilson in Old School. That was kind of felt like just like a Will Ferrell skit that was like, hey, let's make a movie about that. There. And yeah, probably in the same vein as Animal House. But I kind of miss that they don't do real, it doesn't seem like they do just low budget, throw a movie together, things like that anymore. Feels like they're kind of in a dry spell in Hollywood. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I think if someone, my dog is snoring. Did you hear me say that? Yeah, she's snoring. It's been a very tough day for her. Moving from the couch to the rug. Life of a dog. Okay. I think she probably chased something today too. It's a lot of hard work. Oh, you hear me talking about you? She's like the smartest dog I've ever had the pleasure of being with. Being an owner of. Very smart. I swear she knows English. Alright, let's just kind of color not much shading, just kind of blocky shading. Maybe she will be like inspired by Janine from the Ghostbusters. Who liked Janine from the Ghostbusters? She was a cool character design. Oh yeah, so I was talking about movies we watched. The other day we watched The Firm. Paramount seems to be in cahoots with what's his name? Tom Cruise. Because it feels like all of Tom Cruise's movies are on Paramount Plus. I'm not sure if that looks right for her. Let's do a little bit less shading. There we go. Let's put her feet back there in the background. Let's just do the eyes. Let's not do too much shading because I feel like that is gonna look odd. So there we are. Oh, and I was supposed to be working on the principal guy. I did like 2 seconds of work on him and then I moved on. I wasn't really thinking about that. All right, so we're drawing the principal guy, and here we go. Da 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 da. He's got a nose on him, and da da da. Let's not do that chin too. Let's not emphasize that chin too much. He's got basically like a caricature nose and chin, exaggerated. Give him some character. All right, there we go. Now for his hands. And he's good to go. Now we're going to move on to his shirts. I guess his shirt. Let's go with this brush. Actually, that doesn't look like it's the same color, so let's get a little bit darker. Be fun to do like a striped shirt on him. I wonder if we can do that. Would that be too distracting? Alright. Let's kind of darken this a little bit so it kind of feels like his arm is in the foreground. Maybe we should have done that on a multiply layer. Alright. I feel like we should do that. And let's kind of lighten up this a little bit right here. There we go. All right, so here's where I would like to try something. Let's try some striped shirt. Would it be 45 degrees? 45 degree line light. Let's go smaller, and let's do like a almost like a pink, a rosy pink stripe. That is not gonna work. That looks terrible. Okay, undo. So let's try it a little bit more subtle. And that looks terrible as well. Okay, so we're not doing that. All right, so I should not have deselected. Let's go back to our layer, and yes. Oh, we still have that brush. Okay. Okay, it's in dissolve mode. Switch that to normal. What's going on? Why is this? Oh, okay. I did the low opacity. That's all right. Okay, so I think we'll just keep that in darkness down there. Oh my gosh, I am having a hard time. What is going? Oh, the flow. It must automatically change the flow to 10%. I thought that was weird. Earlier it was on 10%. I was like, I never switch my flow to 10%. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazier than wearing knee-high socks. Okay, so that's about all we should do on his. Maybe we'll give him a highlight too on his color, on his shirt, just to help reinforce the idea that he is the foreground. He's a close-up. I was trying to remember today, like what. I think I heard some kind of crazy statistic about Marvel, like the most successful Marvel show was Daredevil from Netflix. It was like, which is kind of embarrassing for Disney, but like that, I remember back when Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Did Luke Cage have his own show? Who else had it? Iron Fist had a show, and that was when it was starting to like you could tell that's when it was just I started getting very uninterested once Iron Fist show came on. I never even knew anything about Iron. I'm a little bit about me. I was not a comic kind of nerd, or what do you call that? Like, I was not a comic buff, or I was not into comics. Prior to, what was the year? 2008. 2008 is when I started getting a little bit interested, and then The Walking Dead was the comic series that got me interested in looking at comics, I guess. I guess you would call them graphic novels, maybe. And that's what I was more interested in, more of like illustrated stories rather than, superhero comics. Not that I hate superhero comics, but they just didn't interest me enough to look at them a lot. Alright, so we're almost done with the principal character. I'm going to go a little bit darker. Let's go get... Oh, I might do that lightning brush. Might just use a normal pen brush kind of thing. Yeah, that's good. He seems like someone who would care a lot about his hair. Seems like a fun angle to explore. For it's like a senior prank. Do something to his hair. Okay, so I'm wondering if we should do stripes on his tie, or let's just do like I've got a stipple brush. That would be a good polka dot kind of brush. Where is the stipple fills? Stipple fills. How about a sparse fill? Yeah. And I think we're going to need to go down. Oh, that is not a uniform. Ah, that stinks. How about this? Let's see about that. Okay, nope, that is not. I'm looking for something. Precision stipplers, maybe? What is that? No, that is brush. Come on. I thought there was a particular brush that I thought there was a very no. Alright, I'd be better off just like dotting it myself. That stinks. I'll have to go through my brushes and get more familiarized with them. I think an ant was just crawling on my face. What the hell? Okay. Okay, so that the man, that I did the lines way too horizontal. Okay, we'll give him like thin stripes. There we go. Thin striped tie. And now for the podium. I'm gonna rock a podium. Let's go really dark right here. Do the cast shadow kind of thing. And whoop. You know what? We'll use the eraser in a second. And there we are. Should probably darken that a little bit. All right, so now let's go back to selecting that color. That way we can, what is this color? What is the color of the podium? Let's have that shine through a little bit. I think I'm going to use the smoke detail, the 1000 brush again. It gives just a little bit of texture without being too harsh. But I don't like it. That's not what I'm wanting. I'm wanting just like a very, I think I'll just go with this brush then. I just want like a highlight there. I don't want a gradient. There we go. I'm probably spending too much time on this. I think that's fine. Let's cut to the chase where we can. And that means not putting a lot of work and time into a podium. All right, all done. Now let's move on to, let's first do pants. Pants. This is a good shade color. Might have been a fruit fly. We've been having a really tough time with fruit flies lately. I don't know why. Where they're coming from. Okay. So I'm going to try to do these pants as fast as I can. So we can move on to the next part of our story. All right, red. Let's do some red stripes. I think I might have changed her skin color to where it's a little less saturated. A very, very subtle change, but it was feeling a little bit off to me. I'm talking about Nikki's skin color. I know I did it for the other pages. I'm not sure I did it for this one. Not sure what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Thinking about dinner already. Oh yeah, it is 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock here. Might go with lasagna. Oh, her leg should be okay, so this is messed up. That should be sock right there. Sock. There we go, and that should be a sock too. And back to the red stripes. Isn't that a beer? The name of a red stripe. It's also who you call the red coats. That's what I'm thinking, red coats. Okay. Almost done with these. This is actually faster than having to shade all their shirts and stuff. Okey-doke. They're all done. I don't know if I should shade their hair. I'm gonna go ahead and try doing all of their hairs, all their hair, on a multiply, so we can just knock this all out at once. There we go. So I'm gonna go with multiply, and we'll choose like a somewhat darker brown. And let's see. We're gonna try to go very basic. It's gonna need to be a little bit darker than that to make a difference. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now for the shirts. Now that we got got a little bit more hair. Okay. Let's go with an eraser and erase a touch of that. Now we've got her hair. I think she's the only one that's left. Yeah, okay, so now onto the shirts. Let's go with a more of a blue. That's purple. Okay, so let's not do that. Let's go with a, there we go. Well, it's kind of looking a little bit blue-green, so that's not good. Let's go more true blue. And this is on the multiply layer, so I can use the eraser to kind of undo any mistakes. There we go. The other movie that came out recently, oh, whoops the daisy. The other movie that came out recently that I'm interested in, of course I talked about it, was Alien Romulus, but I've heard the reviews are not that great from non-paid reviewers. If you care about what the people say who are being paid to review it, then you'll hear that it's great. But yeah, I've been really annoyed lately when the movie seems to be just trying to copy past movies, and you know that's pretty common now because everything's a sequel or a remake. Okay, that looks like his hand. And I saw a lot of posts that were saying, you know, like, oh, I actually appreciate Prometheus now. So I've always appreciated Prometheus. I think I've been saying that in my videos for a long time, but I've always enjoyed Prometheus, even with its flaws. And it's nice to see some more people get on the bandwagon of liking that movie. And when the franchise is making it look better, that's not a great thing, but you know, take good news where you can get it. All right. Now, it looks like all the kids are done except for our main character, Nikki. Let's give her some shading. Her hand's a little bit spaghetti-like over here, Something seems a little bit off right there. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's go a little bit desaturated. Okay. We'll just darken her whole leg right there. I'm wondering if we should give her a lipstick here. Be like a dark purple lipstick. I think that helps. Should we do it for her eyes too? Doesn't quite look like her in that, but I think we're getting a little bogged down in details there. Okay, so next let's do the gem floor and then we'll be done. There is also the panels down below, but you know, it's, I think we're stretching a little bit too far with the timeline here. Let's go with Okay, so if we pull up our reference image of the gem floor, it's like, I'm going to try to do something a little bit interesting here. First of all, this is our gem floor. I'm going to try doing like a brush here. Let's go with our brush settings and go with color dynamics. Let's change the hue just slightly. We're going to uncheck apply per tip, and so let's go with, I think, oh, this is not looking right. Oh my gosh. So I guess maybe the brush settings are a little bit too, the hue's changing way too much. It's looking like green, and this is just not going so well. I'm trying to emulate the, that's better, but it's no, close but no cigar kind of thing, you know. Ooh, I'm gonna do this on another layer just so I don't mess this up. Okay, so we're going to orange. Let's try that, because obviously we're looking like green is way wrong. I just don't think we're gonna be able to do this sort of technique, because this is not looking, looks really weird. Yeah, let's, how about I keep it a little bit? No, maybe I could salvage some of it, you know? Let's change the angle to there. Okay, well, there we are. Let's, because on my pencils, I will pull those up. On pencils, I kind of tried to draw, whoops. Let's do, oh, okay, I was drawing on the pencil. I'm going to create another new layer, even though I hate to do that. We're going to do the, like the free throw line kind of thing. Let's go with the, we're going to clean that line up now some. And let's put it on top of the pencil so we can actually see what we're doing here. This part was the part I was kind of excited about doing, like painting the lines on. We'll go with a, like a, I think it's red. That looks about right. There's a little stronger red than what we've got, and darker too. Okay, So this is like the out of bounds line, I guess. We gotta have that shrink down a little bit more. I don't think the perspective looks right on it. Okay, nice. So let's go with the red line continuing out over here. And you know what? That's too thick. I need it to be a little bit smaller. There we go. And I guess we need a blue line now. I guess we have a red, white, and blue court. But that's good. That kind of keeps in theme with the school uniforms, actually. So we got like a really dark blue, got the white collars, and the red stripes. The red coats. Okay, so I think I'll do a white. There is no white extra line, so I don't know. That might be doing more harm than good. I guess that's all I can do. So there's kind of like a weird suggestion of wood grain down there. It's not great. Maybe I could, maybe if I change to like a multiply. No, that does not look any better. Just kind of seeing if any changes to the type of layer it is help, but I don't think so. We're just going to keep it on normal. Alright, so we can take off the pencil layer now. You want to see the pencil? Usually I just so... Oh, there's the concept art. Concept. That was the white-haired look that we voted on. The black hair one. So let's take those off. Here's our work for the day, or the stream. What was I gonna do? I was... Oh, in Texas State Science Solutions. Now we're getting into the plot. So with the plot, the idea, I'm actually kind of pulling from another Tales from the Crypt Keeper issue, where we have a machine that does the same kind of thing, and so I'm having fun kind of putting it in that story's universe, where maybe they're gonna tie together in the future, or at least they could, in some story they could tie together. But yeah, same kind of technology and very similar design on the machine, so you can kind of make some fun assumptions based on that. All right, so what are we doing? What was I doing? Oh, I was going to show you the pencils. Yeah, that was right. Okay, so turn all the flat layers off, and here, let's turn the ink layer off, and here are pencils with a little bit of multiply layer on. But this is what it looks like before I inked. This is the kind of thing I share on Subscribe Star pretty frequently on comic book months like this. Oh, what is that? Okay, so now I'm gonna have to figure out what I did. Okay. Oh yeah, there we are. Da-da-da. Major recall. Coming soon, as in like 2 days, and I've got to finish coloring this thing. I'm kind of behind now. I'm putting a little bit too much work into these comic pages, but I think I've got 2 pages to go, 2.5, if you count that a half page down here. All right, anyways, this is Tales from the Crypt Keeper 16 Major Recall. I hope you've enjoyed or gotten something out of this video, and there will be more in the future with live streams of work on comics. I hope you're going to have a good weekend. It's Friday, so have fun, and I will see you around next time.